We now are joined live by Lauren Tuiskula, Associate Managing Editor at The Gist. Lauren, thanks a lot for taking time to speak with us this afternoon. We got a lot to talk about, so let's start with this. What are the big stories unfolding in the series so far? We know Game 3 was a marathon, ending in a loss. This is for the Jays. And Game 4, it was a win for the Jays, so this is where they dominated Ohtani.
Yeah, you mentioned Game 3, that marathon. I feel like that is one of the big storylines, that 18-inning game. I'm sure folks are still tired from staying up to watch that game, but the big storyline coming out of that, of course, the Dodgers get the win, and then the Blue Jays' resilience was really on display in Game 4 last night. Manager John Schneider said after the game, the Dodgers, they won that game, but they didn't win the World Series, and that was really on display in Game 4 and the way they responded. So the Blue Jays' resilience has really been on display, whether that's coming back from that loss or just the injuries they've overcome along the way. So those are the storylines that are really coming out so far.
Yeah, Lauren, let's talk about that. Those words from Snyder, would we say that, that's just sort of like regular pep talk or just like extreme, hubris that, listen, they didn't win the World Series, they won a game.
Right. I think it's playing in the moment, and that's what you want from your coach. You want that leadership of baseball's a game of moments. It can change pitch by pitch, at bat by at bat. So he's really rallying his team and having that command and that leadership over his team. And the Dodgers, they had an 18-inning win back in 2018, and they ended up losing that World Series. So history is repeating itself perhaps here. I think he's just kind of rallying that team and keeping them in the moment pitch by pitch. So
let's talk about this. What can you tell us about the starting lineups? What are some of the strengths and some of the gaps here?
Yeah, let's start with the Blue Jays. So I think their strength was really on display in Game 4, and that's the way they hit for average. So they led the league in batting average during the regular season. They're leading the league in batting average during the postseason. And, of course, you have the players that can get that big swing. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., of course, franchise leader in postseason home runs now with 7 this postseason alone. So he's going to have that big swing, but you also have players that are going to string together hits, and that's really Blue Jays baseball, and we saw it last night in Game 4, so they have that depth. And I think in terms of the weak spots, of course, it's the injuries. If George Springer, top of the lineup, setting that table, of course, with him going down, he's day-to-day. We'll see if he plays tonight. Bo Bichette dealing with injury, so they have to overcome those injuries. But again, they have the depth players that can string together those hits. And in terms of the Dodgers starting lineup, they're also so deep. You have Shohei Ohtani at the top. You have Mookie Betts if you get through Shohei. You have Freddie Freeman if you get through Mookie Betts. So just having to face those batters over and over, they just have so much star power, and that's really the Dodgers' key to success as well.
Well, I was just going to ask you, what do you think winning this series is going to come down to?
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to that big swing, and we've seen it now, or that big play. So whether it's Yamamoto for the Dodgers, he has that complete game, or Vladimir Guerrero Jr. having that big swing in that big moment. So it's really who's going to come to play in that crucial moment. Again, it's a game of moments. It can change pitch by pitch. So I think it will come down to the star power, and that will be the difference maker in this one.
Okay. With the latest and this sort of look ahead, Lauren Tuiskula, Associate Managing Editor at The Gist. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.